Hi all, welcome to Tekla tutorial for beginners. If you like this video, please subscribe by clicking the subscribe button here. Hi guys, today we are going to look at two things. One is some parameters for custom components and then auto connection. How to use the custom components in auto connection. Okay, first let me demonstrate the custom component we are dealing with. I have called this my bolt 3. Actually it doesn't put any bolt, but that's what I called. So let me run that. Click that main component and then secondary part. So it put 4 members here. Let's rotate it around and see these are 4 rods. Now if I pick a smaller one, that is this length of this member is smaller, and run on that. So select that member, select the secondary component, it put 3 members. Now if I run it on a smaller length member, which is this one, let's run it on that one, main member, secondary member, it put 2 components. So depending upon the length of the main member, the number of component parts, which are these rods it puts, is adjusted in the custom component. Let us try editing the custom component. So I select that one, right click, edit custom component. So we get this toolbar here. There are a couple of windows which open in the other screen, so I'll bring it here. There are a few more. Okay, I'll bring this too. Okay, so there are 4 windows which will open, and then we have this dialog box here, or rather toolbar, and there are a few buttons here. So if I click on that button, it will open all the parameters toolbar. So let me open that. So I click that and you can see some of the parameters which I have used here. Now this particular call gives me the length of the main member which I used to define in the custom component. Now where can you find that? You can find that in the Tekla website. There is a website for that, and it is defined here. There is some documentation there. Tekla is not extremely good in documentation, but this particular thing is there. Okay, so that's that one. Then if you go through these are different calculations, depends on what calculation you want to do. So I hope you have a basic understanding about how to define parameters. I'm not trying to cover that here. You can add parameters and then set a formula in the parameters. Basic, this is a visual basic like call, which basically says, okay, give me what is the decimal part of a division. You can look up this one. This is also available on the same website. And then a few other calculations. These all depends on what you want to do. I hope you already know how to bind handles when defining custom components. So I am making that assumption you already know that. Okay, and then of interest is this one. I have defined here, 5 parameters, which is Boolean type, and which takes a yes or no value, 0 or 1 value, depending upon a condition. So here this is an if else and if statement. I will give you a little bit on that in the download link. I will put this custom component in the download link when you come to our website. Also I'll put the entire model in the website as well, so you can you can try your hand on editing this custom component. Okay, so that is about the parameters. And how am I using the parameters? That's the next thing. So from the parameters we have got the length of this main member, and then we are calculating whether we should be creating any of these parameters depending upon the length. If the length is less than a certain length, then we don't want to create any of these. Suppose length is only that much, then we don't want to create that. Length is only this much, we don't want to create this one. so on and so forth. So how do I do that? So for that, what I have to look at the component tree. So you click on the component tree, this comes up, and then you can see this is the component tree. So you have these few variables. I am not pretty sure what these are. I couldn't find any documentation. Maybe this, if you put 0, it will not create the component itself. Then there are these general properties. Okay, I have not used it. Then the input object, which is a primary object. You can see that's a primary, and the secondary. So these are two input objects I must have. So you can see that that's how it is defined. So this I already defined as an input object. Then these are the component objects. There are 5 component objects. Remember, I had 5 parameters: dummy1, dummy2, dummy3, etc. Now whether a part should be created or not, we can define here. So if I go to the general properties here, okay, the first one you always create, okay, and the second one, if you go to general properties, you can see creation is equal to dummy1. So what does it mean? It says take the value of dummy1. Depending upon the calculations, this value will change. So in the parameters window, if you look here, the parameters window is always 1 here, but it's not really the case. This value will change depending upon L. Suppose the L is small, a little bit small, maybe this will become 0. If it's even smaller, this will become 0. So on and so forth. So the first one is always created because we have not used that one. So depending upon the length of the main member, some of these variables will become 0 or 1. So that is what is happening here. So we are sticking in that value here. So that one, so that is part 1. Part 2, again same thing. So if you look here, so that's dummy 2. You can name it whatever you want. Okay, I just named it one now, dummy 1, dummy 2. So that is how you will create and use the parameters using create equal to 0 or create equal to 1. The value itself is coming from the parameter calculation. You don't have to put 0 or 1 here. It will read from the parameters. That is the end of this lesson. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. Thank you for watching.